Hey everyone, today I'm going to be recording a client tutorial on my friend Imani, and this look is going to be a rose gold cut crease. What I'm using on the eyebrows right now is the NYX brow pomade in the shade Espresso, and Imani doesn't really need any filling in because her eyebrows are already perfect. So I'm just shaping them a tiny bit on the outer edges and brushing them out. Now I'm going to use the Rimmel London Wake Me Up Concealer just to carve out the brows a little bit more. As I said, this is not really needed for our eyebrows, but nothing wrong with perfecting them a bit more. After I finish carving them out, I usually just blend them out into the eyelid, just so it doesn't look like a harsh line. Now, for the base, before I put on the eyeshadow, I'm using the Plouise base, and this is in the shade Rumour number 2, I think. So you don't set this at all, you just pat it dry. It's not really dry, it kind of sets a bit like a satin finish. And now I'm using the HudaBeauty Rose Gold palette, and I'm just patting the first colour that I want to use all over the eyelid, but I'm not going right up to the eyebrow. Now I'm just getting a blending brush and blending out the edges a tiny bit, and doing the same on the other eye. Using another colour from the HudaBeauty Rose Gold palette, I'm using this as my transition shade, and I'm just blending it out into the corners of the eyeshadow that I already applied, just to create a gradient. Now I'm just using a flat brush and concealer just to sharpen up those edges. To carve out the crease, I'm using the Inglot gel liner in number 94. I prefer this over concealer just because it's a bit more precise and the eyeshadow sticks to it a lot more. It just gives an overall more precise finish. So now I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette, and I'm using the rose gold eyeshadow to put on top of the gel liner. Doing the same on the other eye, just carving it out, and then I'm going to set it with some of the shimmery rose gold eyeshadow. When you're cutting the crease, just make sure to blend out the edges. I do that by using a little less product and dragging it out a bit more than usual. So now I'm using the Stila Cosmetics Magnificent Metals in the shade Kitten Karma, and this is just to intensify the cut crease a bit more. I love this liquid eyeshadow so much, I prefer it over any loose glitter. It's just so easy to work with and the result is so pretty. Now I'm using the Inglot gel liner. I don't know what number it is, but it's just a black liner. I think it's the JLo version of it. It's pretty much the same thing. I'm just using a really sharp brush to line the top lashes, and then I'm going to create a wing as well. Now to prep the skin, I'm using my Sukin facial moisturiser. I use this on all of my clients because it's got natural ingredients, so it won't cause an allergic reaction or anything like that. Now I'm going to be using the Cinema Secrets Foundation Primer, and Imani has dry skin, so this one is a bit better for a skin type. And this will ensure that her makeup lasts the whole day. Now I'm using the Wake Me Up concealer from Rimmel London again, and I'm just putting it underneath her eyes. I usually do this before I put on some eyeshadow underneath her eyes, just so it is more pigmented and sticks to the face a bit better. Now I'm using my HudaBeauty Rose Gold palette again, and I'm just using this transition shade underneath her eyes. Now I'm just lining the waterline with some black pencil liner. I'm not sure of the brand I used in this video, but I think it's Rimmel London. Now I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear foundation as a base, and I love this foundation. I use it on most of my clients as I find it suits most skin types. It's not too matte and it's not too dewy either, it's just right in the middle. Blending that out with a beauty blender after I've used the brush, just to make sure it's all blended in nicely. Now I'm using my RCMA foundation palette to contour. Applying that on the cheekbones and forehead. Now I'm just going to blend that out. I've also applied it to the nose and jawline, as you can see. And I just like to use a brush to blend this out. Now I'm using my Rimmel London Wake Me Up Concealer one more time over the foundation to highlight some areas on her face. To set the foundation, I'm using my RCMA No Colour Powder, and I'm just lightly patting that more on the center of the face, and then whatever product's left on the sides of her face. For bronzer, I'm using my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, just to deepen up that contour a bit as well. For blush, I'm using my Sigma blush. I'm not sure what this shade is called, but I'll write it down in the caption. For highlighter, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero palette, and I'm using the shade Kitty Cat, which is my favourite shade to use, as you can see that I've hit pan on it. Put that on the cheekbones, the lips, a little bit on the nose as well. I don't know what Amani was doing there. Now I'm using my Too Faced Melted Matte in the shade Queen Bee. So this is the finished look. I didn't put on any lashes because she has lash extensions on already. But this is a great glam look for a night out or wherever else you want to wear it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and feel free to leave some suggestions on videos that I should make in the future. See you next time!